We're back on the show today to talk about the S8 Ultra 1 month later, and I have to say this was one of the harder videos to make. And I say that because I kind of established my position like about a month ago, back when the S8 Ultra came out. I made a whole video talking about how all these reviewers that were initially hating the product were wrong, okay? And I took a pretty solid stance against them. Well, I've got to say today that I am not going to hate on the S8 Ultra. I've used it for almost a month. It was an amazing experience, a lot of good things to talk about, but honestly, I'm only going to focus on two things. Over this past month, there's only two things I'm sorry, that really stood out to me. And I think that if you just consider these two things, it'll make buying and understanding the Ultra a lot more easier. I actually don't have the S8 Ultra in the studio today. That's Russia's fault. I'm kidding. It's logistical issues I'll talk about. Big issues. And before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, make sure to smash that subscribe button. It really helps grow a small channel like mine, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, smash that like button. If you dislike it, smash the dislike button, and let me know in the comment section below how I can improve. It really helps me out on with the video. So like I said, when I made this review when the S8 Ultra first came out, a lot of the reviewers at the time were saying that this tablet was impractical. It was way too big to be a tablet. And I was hating on all of them because I'm like, fam, it says 14.6. It says the size right there when you go to buy it. Why would you buy it? You know what I mean? They didn't advertise a 14.6 inch tablet and send you a 10-inch one. You know, they gave you what you wanted. So how do you hate on that? And that's what I was, kind of reflecting on the past reviews of the S8 Ultra. But what I'm talking about today, one of the two things that really stood out to me over this past month is that one of the big marketing schemes or themes, okay, let's call it a theme, it's not so snakish, was that this tablet, the S8 Ultra, was supposed to replace laptops. It's supposed to be that big thing that could replace your laptop. And so I was thinking to myself, look, fam, this is a Samsung tablet. It's going to have Samsung DeX. It's not just 12 inches now, it's 14 inches, okay? Great, that's the perfect combination. Bigger screen size, and Samsung DeX. What could go wrong, all right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, nothing. Really nothing, okay? It was, when it comes to productivity, when it comes to getting work done, when it comes to all the productivity type things that I used to do on my older notebook, which was, by the way, the MacBook Air. That's my go-to laptop. That's the laptop I love that I took everywhere. But I found myself leaving the MacBook Air behind at home and taking the tablet instead. It was cooler, it was all that, and it could do everything the MacBook could on certain occasions. So I have to say that as far as a productivity powerhouse, this tablet didn't really disappoint me, coupled with the fact that I could connect this tablet to monitors, which I didn't actually get to do over the past month. I never really needed to. I mean, 14 inches was big enough for me. So the fact that I could, if I wanted to, just kind of opened up the possibilities. And so that's the big first point that I have to give you guys. Samsung markets this tablet as that big laptop replacement. Does it do that? I think it does for a lot of people. Okay, some people have those Mac specific apps, like for editors and things like that they can't really get on Samsung DeX or Android tablets. All right, okay, for those specific unique cases, it might not be the one. But I think for most people, for most of that general productivity that we're doing, it's the one. If you're looking for a tablet that can be your productivity powerhouse and you don't want to dive into the Microsoft Surface lineups, this is the one for you. But relax, okay? Take a sip. Take a sip. Because it's not all fun and games. The second point is the bad thing, okay? So there's one awesome thing about this tablet and one terrible thing about this tablet, which makes two. So the bad thing is that it's still a tablet, right? It's like the iPad Air. No, it's nothing like the iPad Air. I'm kidding. Except for they're both tablets. It's like the other Samsung tablets. It's a lot more powerful, but they're all still tablets. And what I mean is, it's 11 p.m. All right, it's time for bed. It's time for anime in bed. You're snuggled in bed, you know, you got your socks on or off. I don't know how you guys sleep. I take them off, by the way. I don't sleep naked, but I take my socks off. That's okay. And so you're in bed, and on most tablets, like with the iPad Air, you know, I've gone Crunchyroll or Anime Kisa because I can't afford Crunchyroll. And I have it on and I'm watching my shows. So I'm like on my side, or I have it right up top, and I'm watching my shows on the iPad Air. Fam, the last thing you want in bed is your anime waifu to come smashing down on your face. No, that might be a good thing. What I mean, let me rephrase. What I mean is a solid 14-inch piece of technology coming straight down at you and wiping you out. Let me tell you something. You will be asleep. Let me tell you one more thing. It'll be the best sleep in your life, okay? Because it'll be the last. This tablet is too big to be used as a tablet. That's the problem. It's so dumb. Because when I was thinking about this tablet and when I was thinking about buying it and all that good stuff, I was like tunnel vision on the productivity. I'm like, yo, this thing is gonna bring the Samsung Dex experience to a whole new level. It's going to be amazing. I'm gonna love using it. And I did, for productivity. And that means I was sitting down at a table using this. I always had a table to put it down and do these productivity things. But when it came to tablet things, when it came to like watching a video and actually holding it up, or when it came to just using it in its portrait mode, it was hella awkward and hella annoying, okay? It's I hate to say it because I knew it was 14 inches. I knew that. But again, I just had that productivity tunnel vision that I didn't consider it being used as a regular everyday tablet like an iPad Air. Now, I will say, if I'm in bed and I want to watch anime, I pick up my iPad Air 5. I'm not going to pick up the S8 Ultra, the 14-inch brick. No, it has better speakers. I like the screen better. It has a bigger screen, bigger speakers, a better processor, better everything. But I'm still going with the iPad Air 5 in bed. It is what it is, fam. So those are the two big points that I've found myself considering when it comes to this tablet. Now, I actually just put in an order for two more tablets, the S7 Plus and the S8 Plus. Yeah, both of them Plus, okay? Because I found the S7 Plus at Best Buy for $500, which I was like, fam, that's a proper 12.4-inch powerhouse as well. You got the AMOLED screens, you got all that good stuff. The S8 Plus is also just a proper device as well. So I'm like, fam, one's $1,000, one's like $500. What if we scaled it back? So my point in doing that was this tablet, the S8 Ultra, is amazing at productivity, at replacing a laptop. But just like I wouldn't get in bed with my MacBook Air, I wouldn't get in bed with my S8 Ultra. So I'm not hating on Samsung. Their marketing was on point. This might seem like the most Samsung fanboy thing I ever do. It's all right. They said it would replace a laptop. It basically did. But the drawbacks are, by becoming so much more of a laptop replacement, you're losing a lot of that tabletness of the device. And in most situations, I would say, fam, the perfect tablet, you know, isn't here yet, but it might already be here with things like the S7 Plus and the S8 Plus. Those aren't too big, you know, to be impeding when you're in bed with your anime waifu, but at the same time, they do give you enough real estate on screen to do the productivity things that you want to get done. Now, I will say, on the note of replacing a laptop, the keyboard covers, if people, please, in the comment section below, if you find a good keyboard cover for the Samsung tablets, please link them down below. I know a ton of you guys will want them as well if you're a user. Like, for example, what I'm looking for is to have the Samsung S7 Plus or the S8 Plus, to have one of these tablets, but have them on the Magic keyboard case that Apple makes, like, you know, the one with the two hinges. And a much better keyboard, okay? Because the Samsung keyboard that I have right now on the keyboard case, it's plasticky. It's very plasticky. It's good. I mean, it's a good keyboard, but I paid $1,400 for this device. I okay paying like, you know, that $200 for a proper keyboard experience, and I want and I expect a proper keyboard experience. And so, you know, Samsung, although their product is good, it's not as good as the Magic Keyboard that Apple has. And I really want someone, if you can, to find that kind of keyboard, but for the Samsung tablets. That would solve so many problems for me. I don't even know where to start. So that's the thing, right? The typing, the whole experience when it comes to outside of just the screen and processor, typing things up and doing all of that, the whole purpose of this is portability. Okay, it's a tablet. I know some people put them up on stands and have, you know, detached keyboards and Bluetooth mouse, which, yeah, you can connect it and that's no problem. But I personally prefer it all in like one folio package. I love that, the fact that I have this compartment for my S Pen, all awesome. But the whole kickback stand thing, I just feel like it's so dated. And I love what Apple did with the Magic Keyboard for their iPad Pros and the Air. So if anyone finds a case like that, definitely comment down below. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something I want to see. We didn't see it in the S6, we didn't see it in the S7 Plus, we didn't see it in the S8. Hopefully Samsung picks up and delivers a proper high quality case. That would be really exciting for me, but we just don't see it yet. It is what it is. So ladies and gentlemen, honestly, that's my 1 month later take on the S8 Ultra. Now the reason it's not in this a studio today is because, as many of you probably know, I'm in New York City. The studio I set up in my New York apartment, a few blocks away from Manhattan, Times Square. And unfortunately today, this was all gonna be filmed. I was gonna have this video done, send it out, be good, right? But the problem is today some gunmen opened fire in the subways. And I wasn't going to take the subway. I was going to drive out of here down to Philly. But there were a few road closures, unfortunately, and a few issues trying to get out of the city for that period in time where, you know, I was trying to get out in the morning today. Condolences for the families who had injuries and things like that. You know, just reaching out to you guys. Hope everybody is doing good. And I hope this brings to light some, you know, serious issues in the system. Yeah. I don't talk about these sorts of political issues on this channel, do I? Well, no, that's not true. I talked about Trudeau, so. Wait, yeah, the S8 Ultra is sitting in my Philly studio still. One thing I will say is I don't really take that around and the MacBook around at the same time. In the beginning, because I was unsure of the Ultra's capabilities, I took both around in my backpack, the S8 Ultra and the MacBook Air, because I was like, you know, you never know when the S8 Ultra might fall short. I always have this, you know, MacBook to fall back on. But more recently, I only take one. Either it's the MacBook Air or the S8 Ultra. And what's interesting is a lot of the people that are buying the S8 Ultra are either buying it to replace their laptops, or number two, to just have that secondary device. They already have this laptop and everything. They just want a secondary laptop, but that's a little bit non-conventional. Most of the buyers of the S8 Ultra aren't first-time tablet buyers. They're not just going straight to the S8 Ultra. But one statistic I haven't seen, and I'm really interested in seeing, is how many Apple people are switching over to Samsung just because of the S8 Ultra. That's something that I want to see, as well as how many of them are switching over because of Samsung DeX. Because no matter how good the build quality on the iPad Pro is, no matter how great the screen looks, no matter how fast the processor is, I don't give a damn. I will never go to the iPad Pro simply because it doesn't give me the interface to multitask the way I want to, like DeX does. That's all there is to it. I'm using these tablets now more than ever to get work done. Before, tablets were all about entertainment, you know, like the iPad Air things. You watch videos, you send some messages, you browse the internet, read some books, learn something. That was it. Now they're here to really get work done. You know, tablets, and I think Samsung has really pushed this. maybe iPad, I'll give them that credit. iPad Pro kind of started that whole productivity thing, but then Samsung came in with their decks and things and just blew the crap out of the water. And so I gotta say, yeah, Samsung's version of decks when it comes to multitasking leagues ahead of Apple, and that's why I'll never switch to an iPad Pro. But I want to see how many iPad Pro users switch to Samsung S8 Ultra, if any. It'd be interesting statistics. Anyways, it's getting late here now. It's 12:57 a.m. and that means bedtime, and that means anime in bed, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, until next time, take it easy. Peace.
1番線に天王寺行きが到着します。危険ですから白線の内側でお待ちください。